On September 15th, just 2 months after the most severe presidential assassination attempt in over 40 years in the US, Donald Trump once again became the target of an assassination plot. At the time of the incident, Trump was playing golf at his course in Florida. Secret Service agents forming a protective circle around Trump noticed a man aiming a rifle at the course from about 300 yards outside the fence. The agents immediately opened fire to stop him. The man then fled, jumping into a black Nissan car and escaping. Fortunately, someone on the scene quickly took a picture of the license plate and informed the police. Local authorities intercepted and arrested the man on a highway 65 kilometers from the golf course. Although Trump was not far from the gunman, the shooter was scared off by the Secret Service before he could fire, so Trump was unharmed. Before Trump posted on his social media platform Truth Social, to assure everyone of his safety, his campaign team had already sent out fundraising emails. In those emails, Trump stated he was safe and feeling good, saying, "Nothing will slow me down, and I will never surrender." Unlike the assassination attempt during Trump's rally in Pennsylvania on July 13th, the suspect in this case was not killed. Moreover, US media quickly uncovered some background information on him, hinting at possible motives behind his attempt to assassinate Trump. The suspect in this incident has been identified by US media as Ryan Routh. Here's what we know so far. The incident happened at Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida, about a 15-minute drive from Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. The shooter was first spotted by Secret Service agents while they were clearing the course ahead of the former president. Police say that Secret Service agents usually perform security sweeps one hole ahead. At the time, the barrel of a rifle was seen sticking out from the bushes alongside the course. Local Sheriff Rick Bradshaw revealed that it was an AK-47 rifle, and Trump was about 300 to 500 yards away from the shooter. Sheriff Bradshaw said an agent immediately engaged with the gunman, who then fled. The Secret Service did exactly what they were supposed to do. After agents spotted the shooter, they immediately opened fire, shooting 4 to 5 rounds. Sheriff Bradshaw said the suspect dropped his rifle and fled in a car, leaving behind the weapon, 2 backpacks, a scope for aiming, and a GoPro camera. The sheriff mentioned that a witness saw the man running from the bushes to a black Nissan sedan. The witness snapped a photo of the car and provided it to law enforcement. The suspect was apprehended by police while driving north on I-95 after entering Martin County, which is about 34 miles, 55 kilometers, from Trump's golf course. Several law enforcement officials told CBS News, the U.S. partner of the BBC, that the suspect's name is Ryan Wesley Routh. Details about the suspect are slowly emerging. Ruth's 35-year-old son, Oran, spoke to the media expressing shock and disbelief over the charges against his father. Reports say Oran was stunned when he heard over the phone that his father had been arrested for allegedly trying to assassinate Trump. "This is the first I've heard of it," he reacted, even asking, "Was my dad shot or hurt?" Oran described his father as loving, caring, and hardworking, emphasizing that while Ruth dislikes Trump like many others, he does not have violent tendencies. Oran expressed that his father is honest and a good parent. He said that while his father disliked Trump, it didn't mean he'd resort to violence. Oran mentioned that his father never owned guns and had no violent criminal record, just a few traffic tickets at most. He found it hard to believe Ruth would attempt to attack Trump. "That's crazy. I love my dad. This isn't like him at all." Oran also revealed that he was estranged from his father and didn't know he had gone to Florida. He said he was at the beach, and he thought he meant the beaches in Hawaii, but Oran also said, "I didn't ask for too many details because we've been distant since we had a falling out." Oran didn't explain the falling out but still spoke highly of his father. When asked if Ruth owned guns, he replied, "Not that I know of," Oran said. Routh is a contractor who builds tiny homes in Hawaii and previously owned a roofing company. Oran added that his father had no military experience but went to Ukraine as a humanitarian volunteer after Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. He hopes the situation is exaggerated and holds his father in high regard, believing he's a good man and a great dad. But after verification, the BBC found that Routh was calling for foreign fighters to go to Ukraine to fight against Russian forces. His profile also includes pro-Palestinian, pro-Taiwan, and anti-China messages, including accusations of Chinese biological warfare and referring to the COVID-19 virus as an attack. Routh has no military experience, but he told the New York Times in 2023 that he went to Ukraine immediately after Russia invaded in 2022, looking to recruit soldiers fleeing the Taliban in Afghanistan. He said, "We might be able to buy some passports through Pakistan because Pakistan is such a corrupt country." Routh also told the Times that he had a 2-hour meeting in Washington, D.C., with the U.S. Commission on Security and Cooperation in Europe to help Ukraine gain more support. This summer, he seemed to be involved in recruiting activities. In July, he wrote on Facebook, "Soldiers, please don't call me. We're still working to get Ukraine to accept Afghan soldiers and hope to hear something in the next few months. Please be patient." Early reports show that Ruth has a criminal record. According to CBS sources, between 2002 and 2010, he was charged and convicted of several felonies in Guilford County, North Carolina. These crimes include carrying a concealed weapon, resisting arrest, driving with a revoked license, possessing stolen goods, and hit and run. Trump wasn't hurt in the incident. His campaign initially said there were gunshots near him. Shortly after his team confirmed the incident, the Republican issued a statement to his fundraising list saying, "There were gunshots near me, but before rumors get out of control, I want to let you know, I'm safe and fine." A follow-up campaign email quoted Trump saying, "After my life was threatened again, my resolve is stronger than ever." At the press conference mentioned above, Jeffrey Veltri from the FBI's Miami field office said the Bureau is working with other law enforcement agencies on the investigation. Veltri stated, "We've deployed a range of resources, including investigative teams, crisis response members, bomb technicians, and evidence response team members." He added that, "The full resources of the FBI have been mobilized alongside the U.S. Secret Service, Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, and Martin County Sheriff's Office." The White House said President Biden and Vice President Harris have been briefed on the incident and were relieved to hear he was safe. Harris posted on social media saying, "America does not tolerate violence." Leaders of the bipartisan congressional task force set up to investigate the attempted assassination in Pennsylvania on July 13th expressed relief that the former president was unharmed. They also stated they remain deeply concerned about political violence and condemn all forms of it. Republican Congressman Mike Kelly and Democratic Congressman Jason Crow said the task force has requested a briefing with the Secret Service to understand what happened and how security personnel responded. Rafael Barros from the Secret Service told reporters on Sunday that measures have been taken since the last attempted assassination, noting that the threat level is high. For decades, America hadn't seen political violence targeting a presidential candidate from one of the major parties. Now, within 2 months, there have been 2 such incidents, both targeting former President Donald Trump. In mid-July, he narrowly escaped being shot in the head by a gunman at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The 20-year-old attacker was then shot dead by a sniper. 2 months later, on a Sunday afternoon, he became the target of another assassin while playing golf. Investigators say that while Trump was golfing at the West Palm Beach course, a man with an AK-47 rifle was lying in wait in the bushes. Secret Service agents spotted the alleged attacker and opened fire. In recent years, Americans have often had to adapt to various new normals in the political arena. National discussions have become cruder, partisan divides sharper and more entrenched, and the standards of candidate behavior eroded. Given the rampant gun violence nationwide, such attacks might be another inevitable new normal. But for now, they remain shocking. Vice President Harris said after the Florida incident, "There is no place for violence in America." The details of this apparent assassination attempt, especially the attacker's identity and motives, will ultimately determine its impact on American politics. For now, despite the vice president's comments, this kind of violence seems to be increasingly part of today's America. In his first statement after the attempted attack, Trump promised that nothing would slow him down or make him back down. He often claims in his campaign that he is targeted for persecution and attack because he speaks up for the forgotten Americans. His call to fight, fight, fight after the first assassination attempt in July has become a rallying cry for his supporters. "They're not coming after me, they're coming after you," Trump likes to say, "I'm just in the way." Now, the former president has another dramatic example to back up his point. However, this latest incident might not have the emotional impact of the shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. That attack happened at a public rally in full view of TV cameras, leaving the former president bloodied and defiant. 1 supporter was killed and 2 others were injured. This time, the event occurred at Trump's own golf course, with the former president further removed from direct danger. Without vivid footage replaying for days, the incident may have less impact on the public consciousness. At the very least, this apparent assassination attempt will generate new headlines, at least temporarily breaking the challenges Trump's campaign faced in recent days. His defensive and uneven performance in last week's debate with Harris, criticism over his ties to conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer, and his Sunday morning social media attack on singer Taylor Swift will be sidelined. Sunday's dramatic event may be shocking, but with just over 7 weeks left in the presidential race, it seems more twists and turns are likely to come. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. This is News in a Minute.